'Twas the Christmas Eve shift at Firehouse 1, and the day had been quiet, not one single run. Paul had played Santa for kids in the town who had snapped his suspenders and pulled his beard down, while Marguerite, dressed as an elf and gave toys, Rosie the medic tried to herd little boys.
Big Bob had cooked up some chili real hot for a 3-alarm supper in a 5-gallon pot. We were dishing out seconds for a late night round 2 with some cops on the beat who had nothing to do.
They checked in to see all the unlucky stiffs who, like them, were pulling the Christmas Eve shift. They were making to leave and get back to their route when Kenny yelled over, "Hey, come check this out."
There's a truck with its Mars light gyrating away and a Christmas tune playing on the siren's PA. Strobe lights are flashing and everything's going. And I know it sounds crazy, but the ladder pipe's snowing.
Sure enough, at the door to the ladder truck bay was an aerial rig with lights on display. The tower was covered with red and green lights, and a tree at the top glittered into the night.
Jingle bells blared from the sirens real loud, and the nozzles sprayed snow in the air like a cloud. Well, here's our white Christmas, I said through the clatter. Then a frosty old firefighter dashed up the ladder.
He jumped to the roof like a smoke-eating pro, and into the stove vent he squeezed one big toe. Then he stuffed all the rest of himself down there too, and we ran to the kitchen to see what he'd do.
When he fell on the stove in his red turnout gear, the grin on his face nearly stretched ear to ear. There was soot in the wrinkles that framed his blue eyes, and his ash-colored beard made him look old and wise.
A pipe in his pocket stuck out just a bit, and he looked at it fondly, been trying to quit. On his helmet the badge number read 0 North, and he winked a sly wink as he stared back and forth.
That smells like fine chili. Could I have a taste? Dispatch has been running me. No time to waste. Before we could answer, he finished it all, and the alarm went off. It was time for a call.
We jumped in our boots like we'd all done before, but a Christmas Eve call was different for sure. Visions of families flashed in our heads, while all of us hoped we were safe in their beds.
Dispatch told us as we rolled out the door, some tree lights caught fire at a furniture store. When we got there, the flames had spread through the place, so the captain radioed for help with the blaze.
Engine 1 on the scene, he reported side 1. Smoke and fire showing this was no easy run. He said, "Fill the box, we'll need help here fast," as we laid on the tack line and started to blast.
Battalion chief called for 2 alarms more, and we knew if we hustled we might save the store. From the deck guns and pipes we had water flowing, and soon through the smoke white steam started showing.
We worked through the night to save what we could, and when it was done we all felt pretty good. The storefront was gone, but we saved the warehouse, and no one was injured, not even a mouse.
We wearily loaded our hose in the bed, but we knew there was plenty of work left ahead. To get back in service, we tend to it all. We had to be ready when we got the next call.
We rolled into the station with dawn on the rise and couldn't believe what greeted our eyes. Ours was the only yard that had snow and a shiny new pumper set ready to go.
The red firefighter must have been Mike Swift. I suspect that his truck had been loaded with gifts. While we were gone, he had laid out surprises and filled up the station with gifts of all sizes.
There were new socks for Louie, whose feet always stunk. For all of her books, Rosie got a new trunk. Eddie and Paul got laptops and games, and a case of car wax was a big thrill for James.
There was a fancy new grill for our cook, Big Bob, and steaks in the freezer to help with the job. Spot the house dog got a collar in red, and Stretch got a specially extra long bed.
And there in the rec room, the whole company found new lounging chairs and a flat screen TV. The bill for the cable was paid for the year. With 200 channels, what fights we will hear.
Got tired and dirty, we couldn't turn in. There was too much to look at, too much to take in. So we broke out the grill and cooked up some steak. We had pulled Christmas shift. It was our lucky break.
Of course, the lieutenant had work left to do. On his desk was a logbook and paperwork too. The night wasn't over until it was done, but it seems the old man had logged in our run.
He listed our names and checked them off twice, and next to each one he wrote naughty or nice. Headquarters will say we were playing a trick, but he signed Merry Christmas from old Sergeant Nick.